Hi, everybody. So this is homework 8, problem 3. And we're going to be talking through my point cloud for a little bit, talking about some of the data that I gathered, and how the point cloud turned out in MATLAB. Uh, so basically, if we go to my files here, I'll go ahead and share this screen. You can see that on the Raspberry Pi, I actually took 4 different folders or directories to take all the images. The images showed up pretty well, actually. You can see um, all of the data pretty decently. And for this case, it's nice and dark, so there's nothing that I really had to worry about when it came to the filtering and the masking values. But you can see the line laser pretty well, and it turned out really nice. This is the circle of the sundial, and here's the little stand that's right in front of it. So I took four different sides of it, ran it through the 3D cloud, imported all of the data. The only significant change that I made was, if we look at the MATLAB file here, all I did was add in all 4 different sides, loading in all the files, and go ahead and plotting them all. So if we go ahead and run this data here, you'll see that, well, it takes a little bit to load. I'm sure I could have figured out how to make this a little bit more optimized, but based on a time crunch, and as I will discuss in the next submission, I'm having significant issues with the meshing, although I'm running out of time to do it. So this is actually the point cloud. I think it looks pretty good. You can clearly see the middle of the sundial right here, which is the main feature I was trying to get. And you can see that it actually is pretty true to what we're looking at, right? So there is a bit of a thickness gap. And then you can see the stands right here. That's pretty cool. I ran into some issues with some noise. That being said, I'll need to figure out how to filter that data. But nonetheless, it looks pretty good to my eye. I caught a lot of the ground while I was recording, which is fine. I'm not necessarily too worried about that. Worst comes to worst, it'll create a more stable base. Something that I did accidentally do while I was out scanning my target is that the IMU is actually inverted. That's why it's reading in the negative z-axis instead of the positive z-axis. But yeah, that was the data that I ended up taking from the sundial on campus. Now, I did try and mesh it, but I will go ahead and talk about that in the next video. Again, I'll talk about some of the problems and the fact that it's not really working too well. That being said, I think that given time, I'll be able to fix it properly by the time that the final video is due for submission. I'm hoping to actually be able to 3D print this. Unfortunately, I'm running into significant amount of issues. But yeah, so as of right now, the MATLAB is producing a solid 3D file. I might filter the data so that it doesn't cover the ground as much, but I'm running out of gas here. So that'll be it. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.